14th, 2023, call board meeting to order at 4:31 p.m. May I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
And a second, Mr. Loud. Is there any discussion? All in favor? 4-0. The agenda is approved. Next item is budget presentation. Ms. Smith is going to do that.
Martha's going to pull up our budget document. What we're here tonight to do is have the second budget public hearing. So I'm going to share a little information with you first. As you well know, we had several budget workshops earlier this year during the preparation of this budget. To summarize the budget, our total general fund budget is $749,521. Within that budget, 83% of our general fund is for salary and benefits. The other 17%, of course, is for operating. Operating increased just a little over $100,000. So what that says is to run this place, it only increased $100,000 from prior years. So we did hold those costs. Part of the increase for 24 was actually that $300,000 safety grant. So we were actually under last year's operating until we got the safety grant. So we do have to budget that expense, but still a fantastic place there. In the salary and benefits portion, I'll just remind you of all the things that happened and that we were able to accomplish with this budget. The state of Georgia gave all certified employees a $2,000 state-based salary increase. On top of that, we have been doing 10%. Board approved increasing that to 11%, and I've already heard from quite a few certified folks who say thank you very much, although they've not gotten their first paycheck with that number on it yet. We also increased the certified salary schedule by 3.5%, and also are giving employees up to 10 years experience based on prior positions they held before coming to the Board of Ed. We did have quite a few. I don't have the final number of how many people that did affect. I have a list. People did take advantage of getting that information to us and are very pleased that that is in place too. Overall, the non-certified scale increase of 3.5% cost approximately $335,000. If every single eligible classified employee maxed theirs out at 10 years, it would have been about $460,000. We did not get 100% participation on that. I will bring back, just for information, what percentage did participate. We still have a few things trickling in. We're still doing some calculations on those salaries for the end of this month. We did a leadership scale adjustment of about $110,000, and then we had an increase in supplements. We added a few for about $14,000. So it's an overall increase from FY23's final budget of $3.15 million. Do y'all have questions on general fund? Our fund consolidation is really considered part of general fund, so the information I just gave you included those numbers too. Special revenue, I'll just remind you, is our federal grants, school food, what you're hearing called ESSER funds, ESSER 1, 2, and 3. We are now just going to have art funds, and we have art homeless. We have a multitude of art grants still in place, so those are included here. Capital projects. We have one large project we haven't gotten a GMP on, and that, of course, is the high school field house. I know the track issue is out there, but we have no contract for that yet, but that's what's incorporated in that budget. And then, of course, our normal technology, maintenance and operations, and transportation issues. And, of course, no debt. I always like to report that one. Overall, the changes when it comes to special revenue and capital outlay are really driven. They're very individual, as you know. So that is kind of those special revenue funds are wash funds. They come in and they go back out. School food, they're self-sufficient. We do not have to help them with their money very often. If ever, we did do a little bit, a couple $1,000 at the end of last year to take care of those charge-offs that they are not allowed to cover. So overall, like I said, the general fund is the one we pay the most attention to at $55,750,000. Do y'all have any questions on that? As you know, it is a state requirement that we hold a minimum of 2 public hearings. They can be before, during, or after the tentative approval, but we must have both before the final approval. That's why we're doing this one at 4:30 today, before we ask for final approval of the 24 budget and the 23 millage. Keeping all this in mind, we were still able to roll that millage back $0.5 I've gotten a lot of folks who have been pleased to hear that. Do you have any questions? That's the budget presentation.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do you know how much you're appreciated by this board? Me in particular. Do you?
No, but
Well,
thank
you
you.
are.
I do appreciate
Absolutely.
that. Thank
You always do a great job, Amy.
Thank
Always.
you.
Amen. Thank you, Mrs. Smith. Next item is public comment. At this time, I will open the floor for public comments on the FY24 proposed tentative budget. Seeing as there are none, the next item at this time, I will make a motion to adjourn to executive session to discuss or deliberate upon the appointment, employment, compensation, hiring, disciplinary action, or dismissal, or periodic evaluation or rating of a public officer or employee, or to interview applicants for the position of superintendent. Do I have a second?
Second.
Take Mr. Wigginton. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Oh, we are adjourned to executive session at 4:38. Motion was made by Joe Wigginton and seconded by Amy Gibson to come out of executive session at 5:55 p.m. No other action was taken. May I have a motion to approve the executive session minutes as presented?
So moved.
Second. Mr. Wigginton. Is there any discussion? All in favor? 5 opposed. Executive session minutes are approved. At this time, I will make a motion to adjourn this meeting. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Finley. Is there any discussion? All in favor? 5-0. We are adjourned at 5:58.